follow up. If we can just make up our minds that we're not going to look at life through the regular spectacle, it's actually going to take us further. Now, the size of a man is known by the size of the problem that brings him down. So whatever it is right now, you have to deal with. And remember, I said, this is not just about this business. I'm asking you to look at your life holistically. Be honest with me. Do you think you're that small? Me and you know that you're bigger than that problem. Me and you know that you're bigger than that challenge. Because you're actually bigger than it. But you must make up your mind. It is not by I confess, I believe, I receive. It is by actively working on yourself. Now, a mentor said something. He said, your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Many of us are trying to solve the symptoms, and you are leaving the causal organism. Let me explain. Somebody has a fever. That's the problem, Abby. As a mother, you probably want to give paracetamol. You want to do, what do they call this? Cold compress, where you soak the towel and then you mop up the child. But if that fever is caused by an infection, as long as that infection is there, you will mop and you will tire. If you don't even take care, you will end up killing that child. Many of us are bothered by the results. We are bothered by the outcome. And we are not taking time to ask ourselves, where did this all start from? So I'm still asking you, what is your size? Now, if you want to make a permanent change, one of the things we have to start learning to do is that we need to shift focus from the problem and start focusing on me. Start focusing on you. We have heard this example about the lady in G.H. Chikamsu's team. She had been giving out questionnaires. Maybe they say it's give 20. Oh, yeah, now I decided I will give. And she would leave it, call them, invite 35 persons. They did not still show up. And what did she, rather than mourning, complaining, getting angry, she decided, see, life must work. She decided to 10x her activities. Because if you're giving 20 questionnaires, let's say in 5 days, is that not 100? She decided she was going to give 1,000. 10x the activity. Did life not succumb or not? I was listening to Joshua Selman the other day. He said, force life to work for you. Some of us, we are very, very gentle with life, as in jele jele. But the truth is, when life wants to happen, life is not pitiful. It doesn't tell you, no, now, no, don't over. It comes and it lashes us the way it wants to. So how come when we want to deal with it, we are being over careful? So stop focusing on the problem. That challenge you have, make a shift. Focus on you. I'm inviting, they are not showing up. What do I need to do about me? Before you blame every other person, first analyze. Is it the way I gave out the questionnaires? Is it the location I gave out the questionnaires? Is it even my thoughts? Some of us, our own problem is the law of attraction. You do something very well, but in your mind, now so you go even invite, they no go show. See, you have already given yourself the report card before it even starts. And that's why, if you remember the diagram of success, where it all starts from is our programming. Now, if you keep focusing on you, not the problem, what you will end up realizing is that no problem or no obstacle will be able to take out your happiness or your success. The problem is never the problem. It is what you do with it, based on what? Your size. Now, the bigger problem you can handle, ladies and gentlemen, why people will pay you is because you can solve their problem. In this business, what problem are we solving? Different kinds. I was chatting with somebody else and she asked me, what are you selling? I said, dreams. For me, every person I approach with this business, what is first behind my mind is, can this person achieve their dreams better through this business? But it's not going to come with folding my arms. The challenges will come if I'm able to handle it, then it means I'm ready for a bigger business. So the bigger the problem you can handle, the bigger the business you can handle. The bigger the responsibility you can handle, the bigger the teammates you can handle, and ultimately, the more wealth you can handle. Gam will always say, you have 5 teammates and you are complaining per second. How do you want God to give you 100 teammates? How do you want to manage them? Many of us are praying to God for 10 talents, 5 talents. The 1 talent he has given you, what did you do with it? If they give you 1, you do better with 1, then they can entrust you with more. You were given 2 teammates. What happened to them? Did you take responsibility for them? And yet, today is Monday again. We are going to cry and fast and say, Father, bless our business, increase our business. And God is just looking at some of us and saying, the 1 I've given you, what did you do with it? So many times, life brings challenges to actually test us. Are you sure you're ready for what you are even asking for? Now, it doesn't matter where you are currently. It doesn't even matter the size of your person. The question is there room for growth? The answer is yes. Yes, we know that the problem is an indication of our size. But the good thing is this: the largest room is the room for improvement. So your wealth, your influence, your impact would only grow to the extent that you are willing to grow. If you're currently a 1, if you're currently a 3, one of the things I need us to even do after this sale meeting is go and analyze your skills, your 7 skills in this business, and be honest with yourself. Put yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. In finding prospects, you are number what? In inviting, what will you put yourself? In presenting, where? In follow-up, where? In close down, where? In getting your new teammates properly started, where? In promoting events, where? You can only provide solution to something you know that there's a problem with. I think it was the last training GA Funkite talked about, and she said, sit down and do a preview. When we were talking about autopsy, we talked about plan, do, review. So sit down and ask yourself, already you can see the problem, but beyond that problem, analyze your skills in this business. Where do you need to grow? Where do you need to improve? Many times, as I run my business, I begin to look at, okay, that I know that I have been in the business for a while, or that I know how to close down. Are there still times I have to go back and work on close down? The answer is yes. Gam will say, I get them before, no be property. I don't know about other businesses, but one thing I have realized about the business we do is the quality of your person would always show in your results. You can't run this business and your person will not have to get better. It's not possible. Because many times, your results are always a direct reflection of your person. Now, so the objective here is to what? Is to grow to a place where those problems are no longer problems. Where the challenges could come, but yet you're able to do what? Deal with them. You create the success, but you don't just create it, you keep it. Some of us, our challenge is we hit this success level to this month, and by next month, we are not able to replicate it. If you look closely, many of us did not grow ourselves to that point, and that's why we can't keep it. So the question is this: see yourself as a container for wealth. Understand that this container has the ability to expand. This container has the ability to either shrink or expand. You can do either way. Now, if your container currently is a mug, a small mug, I'm not talking about those of you who, when you want to drink tea, the size of your cup is like the size of jug. Your regular mug. And the size of the money God wants to pour into you is the size of a drum. What is going to happen? Once your mug is full, the other will waste. So for some of us who have been praying for increase, have been praying for abundance, if God has brought that abundance our way, we would have wasted it because of our current size. So before God brings the, I'm trying to quantify the size of the quantity of the rain that you have been praying for, can we quickly do a container enlargement? So that by the time God finally pours out the blessings, we have the right container to handle it. You cannot have more money than your container. If you ask me why, now who I go ask? We have analyzed it. Life will never give you more than what you can contain. Right? Now, so you must be willing to do what? You must be willing to grow into the container you desire. Because until you increase the container, you can't hold or attract more wealth. So one reason like I said earlier, successful people are successful is that they are bigger than their problems, and it is largely because they don't focus on their problems, they focus on their goals. I invited 20 people, they didn't show up. Increase the number. That is not a time to shrink the number. What some of us used to do is you invited 20 people, they didn't show up. And the next time you go and invite 10. Who you help? So rather than seeing the problem, the goal is this month, I must become a Kingsman. And you're not relenting, you're not giving up. You're pushing as hard as you need to until you get the results that you want. So let me ask you, are you the person who is in the habit of whining, complaining about the problem? Or are you the person that rather than complain, you focus on what? Working on the solution. So the next time you have a challenge in front of you, please remember I said complaining is not going to solve it. So what do you need to do instead? Sit down and ask yourself, what is the solution? Put in your time, put in your energy, strategize. There would always be a solution. The Bible will say there's nothing new under the heavens, Abi. There's nothing new on the earth. So your own problem is not unique. You are not going to be the first. You're not going to be the last. And that's why when we're doing IPO, we also say every challenge you would go through, every problem you would have to pass in this business, everybody that is successful had to go through it. But what they simply decided to do was rather than moan and complain and whine, they sat down and they told themselves, I'm going to deal with it. What am I going to do to ensure that this thing that has been reoccurring doesn't happen again? But unsuccessful people do the opposite. Rather than being solution-oriented, they are problem-oriented. They complain, they whine. They don't come up with any creative way to solve the problem. And of course, you already know what will happen. The problem keeps coming back. So, as I begin to conclude this morning, successful people don't back away. They don't avoid. They don't complain about problems. What they do is that they become a master at handling and overcoming that obstacle. The video I was playing before I started said you are a lion. And no matter the recession, a lion will never eat grass. So how come you have become a lion that is eating grass? There is room to grow. Like I said, the problem is not the problem. It is us. So make up your mind. Starting from now, I would grow, I would improve, I would get better. If we look around, every other person who is successful, what is so unique about them? They don't have two heads. Some of the people even achieving success, the challenges they have had to deal with are even worse than what some of us have to deal with. But rather than making their problem the big deal, I'm a part-timer. Fam, you will not understand. My problem is time. I understand. One of the things I'm grateful for is I didn't start this business as a part-timer. Sorry, as a full-timer. I started my business as a part-timer. So when you want to come and bamboozle me and say it is time, I feel your pain because I was there. And you might say, fam, you don't understand. Should be you. Okay, now let's use GAM. You are complaining you are busy, Abi. Compare your schedule to a banker's schedule. But if he could find a way around it, if he could make it happen, then it means you can even make it happen and even more. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next time I want to ask you this question, what is your size? I expect a bigger you. I expect a better you. I expect an improved version of you. The world is waiting for us to shine our lights. The world is waiting for our manifestation. And I'm reminding us that they have waited for too long. It's time for us to shine. So with that, I want to say a big thank you to GAM for this opportunity. We don't take it for granted. And at this point, I will be handing over to him. GAM, please, are you in the house? Please kindly let us hear from you with your fatherly wisdom.
Thank you very much, Martin, for that session. Let's go to the chat room and appreciate her. Thank you very much for that. Good morning, great achievers. Good morning, everybody. Confirm if you can hear me loud and clear.
Loud and clear, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I welcome each and every one of us to this new week. This is is it the second or the third week? Yeah, yeah, second week or so thereabout of April. We thank God for the gift of this new week, and it's giving upon us a chance, an opportunity to do something better, to improve on the results we are creating, to improve on ourselves. It is more that we even been on ourselves, because the more we improve on ourselves, the better results we create. Now, I want to share a story with us quickly, very quickly. Um, while I was in the bank, while I was in the bank, I worked in a branch with a manager. Now, a female manager, she knows the job so well, but at the time, the bank was restructuring. The bank was restructuring. What it meant was that they were retrenching some, they were reposting some were being posted to ugly, very ugly locations. And you know, this kind of thing that you come in the morning, you gather, you talk about the ordeals of the job, you talk about the things that could happen. People are sharing their thoughts, their fears, every of those things. But when we closed to customers after 4 p.m., before we closed and balanced our books and went home, we talked about these things. And on that evening, I remember very well, we are discussing about what was happening in the bank. And the discussion was in line of, what will you do with this restructuring? If they transfer you to a very ugly place, or demote you, don't promote you, or something like that. Some people are like, man, I think it's time I leave this bank. Some people we are like, man, I think I need to go and just pay more attention to other things I did. Some people were like, if they take me to this level, I will not take it. I will just leave. And this manager said something. It took in my head, not because it was pleasant, but it gave me shivers. And I'm going to, what did she say? This woman said, I don't care wherever they put me. Oh. I don't care whatever portfolio they put me. Even if they turn me to a cleaner, so far they pay me salary, I will keep working. She said, I don't care. Oh. I don't care whatever they do to me. Oh. I don't care wherever they post me. Oh. Even if they turn me to a cleaner, so far they pay me salary, I will keep I will keep working. From that day, I lost every atom of respect I had for that woman. I didn't disrespect her afterwards, but where she was, she fell. If she was, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10 of people who were good or whatever, she fell to minus, like fell to not even zero to minus. Do you know what this meant? It meant that every knowledge she knew, everything she had, were nothing. They amounted to nothing. So far, they paid her salary. Whatever was done with her, she was willing to take it. Simply because they paid her salary. It is not a surprise that the last time I checked, she was still working in the bank. She was still wearing the same suit she had, the same kind of suit she was wearing then. It is not a surprise that life still gave her the same thing that she used to get because of her mind, not because of her intellect. No, she was intelligent in the job, but her mind could not let her intelligence take her to a new level. And that brings me to the first message I have for us this morning. And the message comes in the form of a question. Who sold this lie to us? Who sold this lie to us that we must suffer and live whatever life gives to us? And I want to tell us today, life does not give us anything. Life is a function of decisions or lack of decisions we made. Simple. See, go and check your life. Blame it on everything. It's a function of decisions or lack of decisions you made sometime in the past. It is life. But Gam, how can you say that? Can I control what happens? No, you can't control what happens, but you can control what you do about what happens. You can control what you do about what happens. Other people who were in the same space like this woman, who were at her level at that time, guess what? With what was happening, they started setting up their businesses. They started doing other things. At some point, some of them were like, no, I can't go down to this level. No, I cannot take this. But this woman remained there. The bank was pushing her anywhere after spending so many years. When we bring this to life, so many of us just take life. What we take is the consequences of our lack of decision or the consequences of our decision. Whereas we have the power to decide. I have to I am tired of this level of success. I'm tired of letting this affect me. I'm tired of living below my God-given potential. Just some few days ago, I was on a trip and I met a colleague. Now, this is someone that we joined the bank together. We attended the term training school together. We started working in the bank the same day, 18 years ago. And guess what? He's still working in the bank. Is it bad to work in the bank? No. But let me tell you what is bad. While we were exchanging experiences, he told me, Vince, He was telling me, I will narrate. He said, I woke up in the morning and it felt like I was going to a prison. He said, I woke up dressed up in my suit and it felt like I was going to prison. He said, we are just gisting. He said, I woke up, I dressed up, and it felt like I was going to jail. But you know what, Vince? I said, what? He said, but I still went. Hi, hi. I was not moved out of pity. I saw a guy who is dying in silence. He hates what he does. He has settled that this is it. He has settled. Some of us have settled. Some of us here, you're even in this business, you have settled. The reason you are not making waves is because you have accepted what you don't like to be okay. You've accepted it. Did they plant his placenta there? Ask yourself in what you are doing currently. You yourself, everybody here, ask yourself, is that the best you should be doing? And let's ask us the question ourselves. What that thing you are doing in the small way you are doing it, did they plant your placenta there? Ask yourself. You know, it is easy for us to judge people. It's easy for us, but look at what you're doing. Some of us currently, some of us have done it for the past 5 years. Some of those have done it for the past 20 years. It is clear there is no bright light at the end of the tunnel. It is clear. No, it is clear. You don't, in fact, you can see it. It's clear. Some of us, the clarity becomes very obvious. 2 years to retirement, 6 months to retirement. Some of us is when we want to wake up one morning by 7 a.m. or by 6 a.m. and our body says, come on, lie down there. That's when we realize that it's like we have actually planted our placenta in that thing we've been doing. It's like we did. Function of decisions or lack of decisions, that is life. But guess the good news? Just as it is in our power to decide or not decide the things that stop us from the success we want, it is also in our decision, in our power to decide the things we want. When we decide and back them up with actions, we create the results. Just a singular decision, just a singular decision. So I ask you this week, are you going to continue living like you have been living? Let me tell you, you can continue to blame everything around to be the reason why you are not achieving or being the best version of yourself. And I tell you, it will make sense. But you will get to a point in life when you cannot blame anything anymore. No, you cannot. You can't, there's nothing else to blame. You realize at that point you are the only person standing, the only person to blame. And you ask yourself, why was I an introvert? Why did I not follow up on that person? Why did I not push this business? Why did I not give this my best? Why did I not bring out another version of me? The current self I am, does it serve me? Does it serve my needs? Does it serve the world? Or it just serves me in my comfort zone? A time will come, God keeping us alive, when you're 60 years old, 70 years old, 80 years old, and you look around you and you find out that, man, so much time has passed. So many things are undone. So many things are left that I had the power to bring positive changes to them. Did I do something? I don't know what your answer will be, but today is early.
Today, there is still time. So go and write that list. Go and make those calls. Go and follow up on those people. Run those meetings. Get out of your shell. We were talking about it. In fact, it was, if there were people at the reception when I came down from my room to meet him, I wouldn't know he was the one. When I came down from, he told, okay, I'm around. I came down from my room to meet him at the reception to take him up. I could not, if there were other people seated at the reception, I would not identify him. Time has passed. It's 18 years. We last saw 18 years ago. That was the last time we saw. We kept in touch. We just once in a while. But we last saw ourselves 18 years ago. Do you know a child, a boy that was born 18 years ago has started drinking beer? A girl that was born 18 years ago is no longer a girl. She's a lady now. Do you know how many boys have toasted her? Like, I like you. What is your number? Like, can I have your number? 18 good years has gone past, and we just joined the bank like yesterday. Let me tell you, 2025 will be like yesterday in the next few hours, in the next few years. If we don't do anything, it will catch up with us. Make hay while the sun shines. The reason rejection hits you is because you don't know that we're already late. Somebody didn't get that. The reason rejection affects you is because you don't know that we are already late. You don't know. The day you realize that we're already late, when somebody rejects you, be like, this guy, you don't know that you are saving me time. Rejection. Pharmacist Matthew said something that stuck to my head. He said, rejection is a sorting process. I remember it at the boot camp. It's a sorting process. It's people saving you time. Okay, go to this school. I'll see you in the next 3 months. Next. When you understand we're already late, rejection will hit you. You invite, they didn't come. It's an indication that you've not invited enough. That's the indication. So this morning, before we close, I just wanted to add that and then very quickly celebrate some of us who, like we often do, people who did some activities last week, got some personal sign-ups into their business as submitted by your leader. So I'm going to celebrate them right now, and I want you to join me as we do that. Now, the reason we are doing that is because, one, despite all challenges, despite all odds, they still went out and did some work. Despite every reason that could stop them from being the best version of themselves, they still went out there and did some activities. They still went out there and created some results. And some of them even have gone beyond creating results and have started impacting other people. Now, let me tell you, the day you will find a superior strength to do this business is the day your focus shifts. Somebody may ask, what does that mean by shifting focus? When you shift focus means you prospect because you want to impact somebody. You invite because you want somebody to benefit from what you're benefiting. You follow up because you know that that person who has not yet made the decision is because they've not understood the benefits that the business offers. See, you present to everybody you see. Guess what? Why do you do that? Because you know that the business you have has a solution that the world is looking for. That's when your focus, you will notice that your focus has changed. It is not just about the income you will make. It's not about the recognition you will have, but it is about the impact you make in people by letting them know the beautiful business we have, the beautiful opportunity we have, and how it can benefit them. Somebody rejects the opportunity to be like, are you sure you understand what I explained to you? No, are you sure you understand? Because if you understand, You will see it this. Are you sure you understand? You are more interested in them understanding, impacting them, so that together we can create massive results. So this morning, very quickly before we close, I want to celebrate the following people. Like I said, these people were the people that were sent by their leaders to me to be celebrated for doing some activities last week. And they sent in the report, say, celebrate my people with me for signing up at least one person last week. So I want you, as I share my screen, to join me as I celebrate these amazing individuals. Now, we're going to talk about the rise of the warrior leaders very quickly. But before we do that, I want you to, sorry, just a minute. Oh, I picked the wrong one. Sorry about that. Just a minute again. I picked the wrong slide. Okay, I've got it. Just a minute. I picked the wrong slide. Yeah, we got it now. Okay, so before we talk about the rise of the warrior leaders, join me to celebrate first on this list, Chief Mrs. Lawoyin. Congratulations. Now, for you signing up this person, it means you are qualified to apply to become an active partner if you want to grow through the ranks. Okay, so your leader can guide you through the clarion call training that will tell you, share with you the benefits of becoming an active partner if you want to grow through the ranks. And then we celebrate Mrs. Ayola, and then Mr. Exploit Owe Ibo, and then Mrs. Nendelma Bardi. Sorry, I murdered that name. I'm not sure I called it correctly. We also celebrate Bathsheba Hassan, and also do we celebrate Akwabata Okafo. Then we also celebrate Aran Ontaleye Ayodele. We also celebrate Hombeji Florent Frederick. We also celebrate Eniola John Oluwafemi. We also celebrate Taiba Debayo Olayemi. We also celebrate Blessing McCarthy. We also celebrate Mrs. Alake Oluwayemi Yetunde. Please, if I murder your name, bear with me. I'm learning to pronounce the names correctly. We also celebrate Pastor Mrs. Olutimehin Olufunke. I must commend you. I'm not sure if we've met physically, I'm not sure, but Pastor Mrs. Olutimehin, I've noticed that every online session we run, you are present. You are not just present, you are always on time. And I want to commend you. I'm not sure if we met, but the name stands out. Every time, every session, I see you there. We run online Zoom sessions, you are there. We run trainings, you are there. We run huddles, you are there. I want you to keep it up. Keep learning, keep improving, keep practicing the things you learn, madam, and the sky will be your starting point. We also celebrate Peace Ogaba. We celebrate Pastor Mrs. Abola. We also celebrate Mr. Korede O. We celebrate also Damilola Samuel. We also celebrate Pastor Ario David. Congratulations. We also celebrate Pastor Mrs. Ola Eunice. We also celebrate Pastor Mrs. Aremu Temitope. Okay, just a minute, very quickly, just to confirm something very quickly. Okay, we also celebrate Pastor Taiwo Elijah. We also celebrate Pastor Akinto Omokayode Oluwafemi. We also celebrate Mr. Akin Sheidemi Olalekon Emmanuel. We also celebrate Sir Oladele Onitiju Abayomi. So with this, we also celebrate the start team for last week. That's going to be the start team for the week. And it's no other team but a team headed by pharmacist Matthew Ikade, the Great Achievers Unstoppable Nation, that because of their activities emerged the start team for the week. Congratulations to you, Matthew. Congratulations for the efforts you're putting in, your consistency. And I want to urge all Great Achievers Unstoppable Nations, don't give him headache. follow his guide, follow his mentorship so that you can create results in the business. Now, with that, we go into celebrating or acknowledging those who have secured their slots to attend the Rise of the Warrior Leaders. This is the gathering of Kingsmen in preparation for the Enfanizo, in preparation for the great things we are going to do in 2025 and beyond. Starting from the second half of 2025, these men and women are rising up saying, come July, I'm going to become an emergency leader minimum. So we are going to have this event in Abuja on the 16th and on the 17th of May. And these amazing men and women have already secured their slot with the early bird ticket. Now, join me also as I commend and celebrate them. First on this list, we have Norma Ruth. Second on this list, we have Abasio Jonah. Third on this list, we also have Nyako Yakubu. We also celebrate on this list Farouk Jenny. We also celebrate Joshua Esther. Also celebrate Friday John. Also do we celebrate Akwabata Okafor. We also celebrate Agatha Andrew. We also celebrate Jane Omoni Feha. We also celebrate Karen Juambak Jacob. We also celebrate Charity Okechi. We also celebrate Ambassador Job Oniwan. We also celebrate Mary Queen Wachuku. We also celebrate Adamu Abdullahi. We also celebrate Damaris Peaks. Sorry about I don't know the correct pronunciation there. We also celebrate Rahila Charles Tolba Yerima. And we also celebrate Mrs. Martha Kibado. We also celebrate also Adam Sani. Like I told us, the early bird ticket or the ticket for this event is 50,000 naira, but I subsidized it to early bird ticket of 20,000 and it is ending tomorrow. There will not be any extension, not even one. I'm also using this to implore all the leaders here, please don't send me a message saying, Gam, is there a way? I will not acknowledge that message. Don't even send me a message. Can we extend the early? No, there will not be any singular extension. Now, from 16th to 30th, the ticket is going to go to 30,000 naira. I am making a lot of sacrifice and subsidies to ensure that something of 50K is brought down to 30. So I will not do any extension on early bird. If you know that you are ready to do what it takes to be a Kingsman, in this gathering, we are going to share a lot of things, strategies that will help you to ensure that you and your teammates are there at the Enfanizo, the gathering of warrior leaders. Okay, we are rising together at the Enfanizo. So the early bird ticket ends today, ends tomorrow by midnight. Once it's 12:01 a.m., 16th, if you send 20,000, we will keep it and then add it to money for our event, but we will not issue you a ticket. And you know already, no ticket, no entry. So I want to celebrate everyone who is taking this seriously. I want to celebrate all the leaders who are taking this seriously. I want to celebrate everyone, even those that are clapping for those who are taking this seriously. I celebrate you. Now, listen to this as I close. You must not grow through the ranks. You can make 200,000 without growing through the ranks. But if you are looking at number one, being one of the reference points that will rise from this business. Number two, impacting people through this business. And number three, being one of those that will lead and expand to nations. Then it is important that you grow through the ranks. I celebrate you for the decisions you are going to make today. I celebrate you because I know within you lies that king, that queen, who is ready to lead his or her nation. Happy New Week, everyone, and make this week count. Thank you, and bye for now. Back to you, Ambassador Ranti.
Thank you so much, Cam. Thank you for always being there, and thank you always for the push. So quickly, can we have our affirmations posted? And let's have somebody do the affirmation for us. Okay, so we had a Christian prayer when we first started. Okay, I think I saw Nabila. Nabila, are you there? Yeah, I guess I would have to fall back to Adam Sani. Don't know if he signed in with a different name. Please, I need a Muslim. Please kindly indicate. Where are all the Muslim brothers in the house? Okay, Rockstar. Okay, thank you. All right, you can unmute yourself then. Okay, Rockstar, please unmute. You're not unmuting. Okay, Madam Batsheba, I hope you can speak where you are. Please unmute yourself and take affirmations for us. Can you hear me, ma? Okay.
All right, so can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right, so let's all be in the starting position as you affirm us.
We can hear you.
All right, so let's do the affirmation after the count of 2, 1, 1, 2, go. Who am I?
I am the leader of the leaders as follow.
The risk and the best. Who am I?
We can't seem to hear you anymore.
Am I? The top recruiter. Am I? I am a warrior.
Freedom.
I am a
Coach.
Work with me and they succeed fast.
Did fast.
Me and they succeed fast.
I
I am
I'm
living
living my dreams.
Who am a great speaker.
thousands of lives.
Lives.
Is going team. Who am I? I am the
Great
unshakable.
speaker.
Good.
Praise the Lord, Nabi Karim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad kama sallaita wa anta barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim fil alamin innaka Hamidum Majid. may all what we learn today be practiced into action. And may God give us the wisdom to use what we have learned today so that to impact our business and take our business to the next level. Amen. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's action time. Let's look into what we have learned to use.
Thank you, Mama.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much. God bless you abundantly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Thank you, ma. Mama, God bless you, ma.
Good morning, Mama.
God bless you,
Mama,
sir.
good morning.
Thank you, ma. Thank you for mercy.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
Get your the guy. Come here, sit down.
But yo, but you might be for what you yoke in Sabra, because you got to know the financial with your comeback. One will rise a bomb or the other one, but what you Huh? What else you do for you?